Hi Carlos, my name is Christina. I spoke with you earlier that I would get you over this video with some tips on how to set your company above your competition. I'm with Casey Phoenix SEO, and everything that I go over in this video are things that you can start using today to help get your ranking higher in Google. So we're going to jump right into it so I don't waste too much of your time. Content, first thing is the average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized with Google. And currently on your homepage, you're sitting at probably not even 200 words, and most of it's testimonials. So that would be my first suggestion, is getting content up there about like what do you do, why people should choose you over your competitors. But you also want to make sure that you build in keywords into your content. And what a keyword is anytime that somebody searches for a service that would relate to you, whatever exactly they type in here, this is what's considered a keyword. So this keyword is tree service Norcross, Georgia, right, GA. And you want to have it exactly how the keyword would be listed. But you'll see here that 40 people a month search for this exact keyword. And so just with this keyword, that's 40 customers you're missing out on by not being on the first page of Google. So most people aren't going to go past the first page of Google whenever they're searching for a service. If you look down here, once we get past the stuff up top that we're going to talk about here in a second, you'll see that Yelp has the top spots, Home Advisor, but the first actual business is Save-A-Tree, which looks like it's a national company. And when I pull up theirs, you'll see here that they have about, I put it in a word counter, and they have about 600 words. But they have some of those keywords built in there, like Georgia Commercial Tree Service, Professional Tree Service, Organic Lawn Care. Those are things that people search for in order to find your businesses, right? So just by improving your content could be enough to get you above your competition. But I wouldn't usually just stop there. Usually we don't just try to like barely beat competition, we try to beat them out, right? By quite a bit. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the map pack. And anytime that you do a Google search, up here we've got the Google Guaranteed. People probably pay for these up here. But you have the map pack. And some people base their service decisions of who they're going to go with off of the Google My Business and the map pack because of reviews and because people think, well, I want to find somebody that's close to me. I want to find a local business that's important to people. And so sometimes they don't even come down here to the organic rankings. So when I rank a client, I try to rank them on their Google My Business, and I try to rank them on their organic listing just to increase my chances, right? If you're listed here and you're listed here, chances are higher that people will actually choose you. So how you get listed on here is you have a Google My Business, which you have, and you want to make sure that your business name, phone number, and address are listed under citations. And what a citation is when you list that information into directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Thumbtack, all the different directories that you would find that information. And so I have a tool here I'm going to show you called Whitespark. It's whitespark.ca. It's about $30 a month. It's a tool you can go out and get yourself. But it breaks down your citations. So currently you're showing for 18 citations that Google recognizes. And Save-A-Tree has 37 citations. So that's why they're in the #1 spot. And so what do? You need to go get listed in more places. And there's a lot of free directories out there that you can get listed. So, but I wouldn't just stop at like 37, 38, 39 citations. I'd blow them out of the water. Okay, double, triple. If this was my client, I would try to get 100 citations if I had somebody in your area, just so that I know that I'm going to stay ahead of them in the map pack. And even if they try to start playing catch up, I can catch it before it's too late and just keep adding more citations and always stay ahead of them. The great thing about this tool is you can actually click and see where they're listed, and you can go after those same citations and do a side-by-side comparison with what do they have versus what I don't have, because if it's working for them, it'll work for you. The last thing that I want to talk about are backlinks. And what a backlink is, we call it link juice, and it simply works like Site A points to Site B. Site A is the link juice, which gives Site B more authority in Google's eyes, like a popularity contest. So the more sites you have pointing to you, the more popular you are, the higher you'll be in a ranking, generally speaking. A little more to it than that, though. Link juice is more effective if you have a relative site linking back to you. For example, a blog post about maybe the difference between, how somebody that doesn't know anything about trees can tell whether or not they need to get a tree removed versus, because it's dead, or there's just some limbs that need to be taken down and when they need to be able to recognize that and call a tree service. A blog post about that is going to bring you a lot more power than a blog post about pizza, because you don't sling pizzas for a living. And so that's just one example. Citations are also backlinks. But right now, I pulled up your information in another tool I use called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. This one's about $100, $120 a month, but it really gives a good view of what your website's doing for you. And right now it's showing that you have one referring domain with one backlink. And we obviously know you have more backlinks than that because you had, 18 citations? But right now this is all that's showing up, and it could be if you have a new website, that could be part of it. But you definitely want to increase the number of backlinks. And I went ahead and pulled Save a Tree up just to see. Remember, they're in the #1 spot, and this is actually one of their back pages that's ranking. And you'll see here they have 16 referring domains with 211 backlinks. So these are the numbers you need to beat. But you don't need to just beat them with spammy backlinks that have nothing to do with tree services. You need to make sure that you're going after ones that do have that. And what this tool can do for you is you can actually, again, click on what your competitors are doing, see where their website's getting listed, and then go after those same ones. Because again, if it's working for them, it'll work for you. In closing, remember we talked about content. Getting that 1,000 to 1,500 words on your front page would be my first suggestion. Making sure that it's got some keywords built into it. Citations, getting listed in all those different directories so that your Google My Business will be listed higher in the map pack. And then link juice, going after some of these backlinks. And that's just going to ensure you're placing the organic ranking for a Google search for the different keywords. If you have any questions about this, call me at 816-323-4100. If you wouldn't mind just giving me some feedback on this video, because I send a lot of these out to different business owners and I just want to make sure that I'm always improving. If this is something you feel like you don't have time for, you can use all of the tips I gave you today to start improving your business, and I've had people do that before. But if this is something you feel like this is just too much for you, or you're too busy working on trees that you don't have time to work on this stuff, give me a call and we can talk further. Thanks for watching my video.